Alright guys, this is the 2025 Moto Morini Calibro bagger. This is a very neat bike. Ever since I came out, I've had my eyes on it, although Zero has me on the fence of which way to go for a commuter bike. So this is based off of their Calibro 700 bike, which is based off of their Escape 650 SCR 650 motor, just with a changed stroke for more torque. And this bike is brand new, so I'm going to be giving it its break-in level of RPM. So we're going to be seeing some pretty slow riding today. But I mostly just want to talk about the comfort of these bikes and some of the handling and features, and especially the price point, which is definitely probably the best thing about all these bikes, Moto Morinis that is this price point it's hard to beat. Really, at the price range you're getting at, you know, you're looking into Vulcans, smoking the Vulcans price, and adding a fairing. So that to me is what really sets these Calibros apart. As far as splitting lanes, even as a quote-unquote bagger, this bike is very easy to split with. It's not difficult at all. It's a very thin bagger, so it's enough to carry some stuff. I will say the bags are kind of tall in the way where they get their space from the depth of the bag, not the width. So torque off the line is plenty. Again, it would be unwise of me to over rev this bike right now, but let's see what this bike is like right at break-in. So I'm just short shifting it every way possible. So if you first get this bike, this is really what you're going to need to be at, or less, at least for now. Obviously it'll go all the way to redline and have a fun time doing it. This is a motor that does have a very nice sound to it. As a 700, this thing sounds very different compared to any other, you know, parallel twin 650 700 that's currently out. It has this nice tone somewhere in the middle RPMs. It's around 5 to, I'd say, 7,000 RPM is where that tone really exists. And it sounds good. It sounds good. It's a very fun cruiser. You know, the idea is you spend a little amount of money, you get a whole lot of bang for buck. You might be looking at Rebel 300s, maybe even looking at Rebel 500s, seeing the 500s a bit out of your price range, and you know, now you're getting into 700 territory for less money, which is to me the appeal of these. On top of that, you get a 3-year unlimited mile warranty, so it is not too shabby. Now, as far as comfort goes, highway wind protection, I feel pretty comfortable on the highway. I'm not getting a ton of wind in my chest. I will say I still get some right in the face. As you can imagine, this windscreen stops here, so it's not a full, you know, gold wing fairing or anything like that, but it gets the job done, and it's a whole lot better than the naked bike, I'll say that much. So as far as maneuverability and weight, this bike is plenty light, easy to throw around. This is definitely something that I wouldn't feel too fatigued after riding a whole day of canyons on, which some cruisers, as you know, will fatigue you. There's a lot of finesse that goes behind laying over a big bike, big heavy 800 pound bike like a Harley. This bike weighs a fraction of that. I think it's closer to 500, 550. It does have some storage here in the front and the left, and pretty much that's honestly the main things about these bikes. Is it's just cheap, it's light, it's comfortable. It does have ABS, and in my opinion it looks damn good. You know, it comes from it's an Italian based company, so they design everything in Milan, which if you're a big fashion person, you'll know that Milan is one of the big places for Italian design clothes. So it all makes sense. I see it. It does come with a lot of quality components on the bike, and I would say, you know, little fit and finish things like the way that they did the gas cap, you know, the backlit switches, Little things like that I feel like go a long way, and as far as the fit and finish in this kind of price range, because again, you're looking at the Vulcan 650, you're looking at the Rebel 500, honestly two fantastic motorcycles for their category. This bike has to be pretty serious to be a step ahead of that, and I feel like it does do that. I feel like it gives you a little bit more for a little bit less. And what more could I ask for in a first bike, first commuter? Let's say I have, you know, a sport bike, a nice dirt bike on the side, and maybe I just need something really to get me to and from work. I want something that looks good, sounds good, maybe even reminds me of a sport bike or something fun, but doesn't break the bank. A lowrider S would be awesome, oh, for sure. But $18,000, you can buy, you know, almost 5 of these. So, no, I'm not doing my math right there, way wrong, but you know what I'm saying. So as far as maneuverability, let's put this thing into a corner. So easy turn in, very predictable suspension. I probably wouldn't feel too comfortable going any more lean angle than that, even with some more comfort on this bike. I know those pegs are getting close. I can smell the asphalt. So I would say that's a pretty good idea of what this bike is like. It is very straightforward, very transparent. Look up things on the internet and you'll find out pretty much everything you need to know about these things. 3-year warranty, cheap buy-in. Moto Morini's been around for close to 100 years. They came and went from the US market a lot like Indian, so that's why not everybody kind of knows of them. You can imagine when Indian first came back around, that's where this bike is right now in the history. So hey, I will say so far these bikes have been doing just fine. It does have an ability for you to turn on and off the DRL, which is an option that honestly I don't understand, but hey, Ducati does it, so why shouldn't another Italian? Overall, these bikes also sound pretty good for what they are. Has a nice tone. So final impressions of this bike, I like it. I think it's fun. There are a lot more fun bikes out there, but they're probably less comfortable and they're probably more expensive. There's probably more comfortable bikes, they're probably more expensive, they're less fun. You pick. This is a very good all-arounder in my opinion, and there's not many dealers here in Southern California. I will say that we are very adamant about being the most competitive price on these guys. So we ship nationwide. We're here in San Diego, California. ONYX Moto, come check us out.